out the slides again.
Sorry. I guess I'm just excited about seeing Grandpa. I couldn't sleep.
I thought I broke that machine.
I had it fixed.
Oh, great.
I love these old pictures. Look, there's Grandpa changing your diaper.
No, that's our neighbor, Mr. DeLucci.
Oh. There's Grandpa taking you on a pony ride.
No, that's Mr. DeLucci again.
He looks just like the pictures of Grandpa in the album.
That's Mr. DeLucci in the album.
Okay. What was going on between Grandma and Mr. DeLucci?
Nothing. He was just a real nice man who knew that children needed a father.
You're always so hard on Grandpa.
Penny, I was 15 when he left us. I hardly saw him again until you were born. Now, I'm very happy that you and he get along so well, but you're just going to have to accept the fact that he and I don't.
Mom, it's not like he hasn't tried to make it up to you.
How?
He sent you that lovely case of miracle cleaning fluid.
Only because he had a garage full of it that he couldn't unload. Your grandfather's never short of schemes, I'll tell you. Or charm. Or promises. Too bad he never kept any of them.
He promised me a watch when I graduated from high school. Still my favorite thing.
Well, I forgot that. You're right.
Oh, look. There's you dancing with Mr. DeLucci.
No, that's not Mr. DeLucci. That's my dad.
Oh.
15 years, I got one picture, no face. Good mood.
You yelled at the old lady in the crosswalk.
She was taking forever.
She was using a walker. Every time your father comes to town, you turn into a completely different person.
I do not.
Oh, good morning, Miss Gianni. I didn't recognize you. You look like a completely different person. Say hello to your father for me.
Now I'm in a bad mood.
Morning, Liz.
Ah, clam up.
When did your father get in?
He isn't here, Mr. Know-It-All.
Coming in about an hour, is he? 3 to 5, she doesn't make it through the day without breaking something.
Got it.
All right, who left that coffee mug on my desk?
You mean the one that says Liz on it? I'll ask around.
I don't understand why you don't get along with your father, Liz. He seems like such a nice man.
And what a dancer.
And great memory. He never forgets to send me a birthday card.
You get birthday cards from my father?
Sure. Don't you?
I feel your pain, Miss Gianni. I'm here to heal you.
Are we a doctor now, Victor?
Not yet. I get my degree in 6 to 8 weeks.
Let me guess. Bob's brain surgery.
Actually, psychology. Do you know Bob?
Nervous about seeing the old man, huh?
Oh, Raj. Every time he comes to town, I get crazy. It stirs up all the old bad feelings. Penny, of course, adores him, which only makes it worse. She keeps wearing that watch all the time.
Hey, if he bought me a watch like that, I'd wear it too.
Yeah, if he was the one who bought it.
What?
Oh, he promised her a watch for her graduation from high school, right? So he makes a big deal of it. The watch. Finally, when graduation day comes, Penny can think of only one thing, that her grandfather is coming to bring her the watch. He never showed up. Okay? So I bought the watch and gave it to her. Told her it was from him.
And she doesn't know.
No, I'm not going to tell her, Raj. No, it's her grandfather.
Hey, Gianni. I hear your old man's coming to town.
How do you know that?
He mentioned it in my birthday card. Now, there is a great guy. Did you hear about the sumo wrestling school he tried to open in Buffalo?
He put ads on the sides of buses. Tired of your humdrum job? If you can overturn this bus, you may qualify for a career in sumo wrestling. It wasn't that funny.
Wasn't funny? The guy's a walking joy buzzer. Wish I had a dad like that. But no, mine had to be a minister.
Come on, kiddo. This may be the time you two hit it off.
Listen, Roger, the only time he shows up is when he wants something from me.
People don't change? Oh, I'd hate for my daughter to think about me like that.
So, we finally sent the divers down to the sunken ship. They found it wasn't filled with bricks of gold bullion. It was cubes of chicken bouillon.
Hey, you know, you're a very entertaining man, Mr. Dugan. I guess Miss Gianni takes after her mother.
You still got that broken down old nag?
Why, you want to buy her?
No, I want to know if I should send you a sympathy card.
Hello, Donald.
Wanda, how are the kids?
Great.
Yeah, I hear little Stevie broke his collarbone playing football.
Yes, but he's fine. What, did Liz tell you?
No, Penny. Liz and I haven't had a chance to talk since the last time I was in town.
Dad.
Liz! You look great, Cookie. You got a minute for your old man?
Sure. Yeah, let's go into my office.
Mr. Dugan. Thanks for the card.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, and thank you for the Father's Day card.
Dad, what are you doing here?
I came to visit my daughter.
Dad, we don't have to go through any pretense. What is it you want?
You got me. I do want something. I want to give you this.
Dad, I really have a lot of work to do today.
I won't leave till you open it.
Fine, I'll open it. Very nice. What is it?
A charm bracelet. You told me you wanted one.
When I was 15.
So, it's a little late.
I wanted it to go with that dress that Mom made me for my party. I sat there in that dress all night, waiting for you to show up. How could you pick that night to leave?
All right, I was a lousy father. I didn't plan it to be that way, Liz. Are you never going to give me a second chance? A 42nd chance? Look, nobody plans to screw their life up, Liz. But maybe I can plan to start setting things right. If you let me.
It's very nice, Dad.
Look, I'm taking Penny to lunch. Will you join us?
Another time.
Well, I look forward to it. Oh, don't wear that out in the rain. It might rust.
And I continue to dream of hot dogs chasing donuts and of trains going in and out of tunnels and then fireworks exploding. What do you think this means?
It's obvious, Miss Batista. You long to travel to a weenie roast on the 4th of July.
Mom, you're never going to believe this. Grandpa bought me a car.
A car?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're certainly not going to accept it, are you?
Well, I wasn't going to, Mom, but then I realized if I didn't, it'd be a real slap in Grandpa's face.
Oh.
Besides, it's got chrome wheels, leather interior,
Penny.
sunroof, seat warmers,
Penny.
pinstriping, power windows.
And 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds. And if I catch you going that fast, young lady, you're grounded.
I'm going to go try the cruise control in the parking lot. Thank you, Grandpa.
Pretty impressive. Of course, you never bought me a car.
You should have come to lunch.
Dad, are you sure you can afford such an expensive gift?
I had a good year. You want a car?
No, Dad, you don't have to buy me anything. An occasional birthday card would have been nice, but I'm not complaining.
Oh, Liz, I know we've had our troubles, but can't you remember any good things we had together?
Well, yeah, I was just thinking this morning. You taught me to dance. I mean, well, you tried. I'm sure that I was born with Mom's sense of rhythm.
Yeah, the hokey pokey was like quantum physics to your mother. You, on the other hand, you had potential. There's a somebody I'm longing to see.
Oh, Dad, please.
Come on, dance with me.
Here, this is my office.
I hope that she turns out to be...
Dad.
Come on, dance with me. The way you did when you were a little girl, huh? La-da-dee-da-da-da-da. You're no longer a little girl, honey. Would you get off Daddy's feet?
I'm sorry.
Someone to watch over me.
Steps together.
Right?
Touch.
You remember?
Yeah?
Isn't this nice?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so wonderful being with Penny and you. You know, I always have this dumb dream that someday I'll be able to settle down right here with the two of you.
Oh, Penny would love that.
And you?
What would you do?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe open up a little neighborhood bar. You know, a place where somebody could rest and tell stories.
Well.
I've even looked at some locations.
Really?
Drawn up some plans. But it'll never happen.
Why?
Well, I've had a few problems along the way. No convictions or anything, no, but there's no way I can ever get a liquor license.
Oh. Well, Dad, wait a minute. It's a matter of a license? I mean, I work at City Hall. I'm sure I could help you with that.
Oh, that'd be great. You'd do that for your old dad.
Sure.
Oh.
I mean, you know, it's not illegal. Certainly it's not by the book, but, I gotta hand it to you. You're a real pro. You almost pulled it off.
What?
I should have known the minute you asked me to dance. This is about a liquor license. The bracelet, Penny's car.
Would you mind cluing me in on what's going on here?
You know, Dad, I'd really appreciate it if you just cut the act and take this damn bracelet and get out of here.
I thought things had changed. I thought you were beginning to trust me.
Please.
Miss Gianni, as a man half trained in the analysis of human behavior, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that I sense tension in this room.
Get out before I kill you.
I'm getting good at this.
Lizzie, what'd you say to your dad? He walked out of here close to tears.
Yeah.
Crocodile tears, people. The man is a sham.
I am sorry, Liz, but that is not the way to talk about your father. You must treat him with respect, as I did my father, General Pepe the Great. Even on the day he was accused of treason by my uncle, Admiral Hector, the incredibly great, still I respected him, even when I had to testify against him.
Now, Liz, I've got to tell you, your father really seemed hurt.
What hurt him is not getting the liquor license he wanted to open a bar. I know how you feel, Liz. My father has hurt me, too. Like the time he promised me a pony for my 10th birthday.
Never bought it for you, huh?
Actually, he did. But he insisted on naming it Bud. And I wanted to name it Ferdinand. So he had to get me another one. Pretty soon you couldn't step anywhere in the yard. It was the worst birthday I ever had.
Well, that puts it all in perspective.
Maybe I can be of assistance. Now, first, I recommend psychotherapy. But if that doesn't work, then I suggest electrolysis.
Victor, I think you mean electroshock. Electrolysis is when you remove unsightly facial hair.
I know. It worked for me. Now my father and I can spend more time together and less time shaving.
Gianni, I just had one of the most wonderful talks with your dad. One of the greats. He slipped me $1,000 for a liquor license.
I don't believe that.
I know, I usually charge $2 grand, but he was such a good dancer, I decided to cut him a deal. I mean, come on, well, somebody was supposed to help him. I mean, he certainly couldn't count on his family.
Mom. Hi.
Mr. Resnick.
I know. Mom, I've been thinking about it all afternoon, and I finally figured out the personalized plate I want. Listen. Penny. Penny. What do you think?
And I thought my kids were stupid.
Penny, you're going to have to give the car back.
Why?
Because your grandfather isn't the man you think he is.
Oh, my God, Mom. Is he Mr. DeLucci?
Honey, he bought that car for other reasons. He only did it to get a favor from me.
Why are you being so unfair to him? He's trying so hard to make up for everything, and you're being completely unforgiving.
Penny, it's that I don't want you to get hurt. I'm telling you, you're going to start building up these expectations. And I promise you, your grandfather will disappoint you.
You're jealous, Mom. You're just jealous of the way he treats me. The car, the watch,
Let me tell you something about that watch.
I don't trust you to tell me anything about Grandpa. All you want to do is use me to get back at him.
Penelope Angiani, you get back in here. For a moment there, Roger, I thought he changed. I really did. How could I have been so stupid?
It's tough when your father disappoints you, Lizzie. When I was a kid, I went all around the neighborhood bragging that my dad could beat up anybody else's dad. Unfortunately, we live next to the Marcianos.
Your dad got beat up by Rocky Marciano?
Sheila Marciano. And to this day, he claims they gave him a short count. You gonna be okay?
Hey, I didn't have a father before. I don't have one now. What's different?
What's different, Liz, is for a couple hours, you did have one.
Yeah.
Liz, this may not be my place to say, but if I could give you one word of advice, perk up. Actually, that's 2 words, but if you say it fast, it sounds like one.
I'll keep that in mind, Gloria.
Good. Then my work here is done.
Well, Liz,
Hi.
I just came to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I wanted to bring you a little something.
You're amazing. Pulling the same stunt twice in one day.
Here.
Dad, I cannot go through another dance.
No dance.
This is your liquor license. Why are you giving it to me?
Because you were right. I did come here to ask you for a favor.
Oh, I still don't understand. You're giving up the bar?
With my luck, Prohibition would make a comeback. No, actually, I couldn't stand the look.
What look?
The one on your face. When you saw me for what I was, I realized I might blow my last chance with you.
I know the feeling.
And if I don't have another chance, I've always wanted to say, Mr. DeLucci did a hell of a job with you. Well, I gotta get going. I got a million deals cooking.
Dad. Thank you for buying Penny her car. It was really...
Well, I didn't actually buy the car. I took a test drive and I haven't returned it.
Oh, Dad.
Well, I was gonna pay for it when the bar got going.
Yeah. Okay, you have to tell Penny, all right?
Yeah, I was gonna call her later.
No, Mom, I'm so sorry. I really hate it. Grandpa.
Penny, it's a surprise. Penny, you can't keep the car. It actually wasn't mine to give.
I kind of figured that when the salesman showed up at the house and took it back.
I'm sorry, Penny. Your mother was right about me. I don't always do things for the best reasons. I just wanted you to have something to remind you of me.
It's okay. The salesman gave me the brochure. Besides, Grandpa, I'll always have this beautiful watch.
Oh. Well, I want to say something about the watch. You see, I didn't really
Think that you would wear it as much as you do. He is amazed at how much you wear that watch. Aren't you, Dad?
Oh, sure.
Well, it's beautiful, and I love it. And I love you, Grandpa.
I love you, too. Well, I guess I'll be going.
We'll see you soon, right?
Oh, real soon. Maybe Christmas.
You know, Dad, I make a terrific Thanksgiving turkey.
I'll keep that in mind.
Try.
Do you think that was a good idea, Mom? I mean, your turkey's always so dry.